Pricing on Fiverr can make or mar you. If you start your services at $5, it can drive away potential customers or also attract potential customers depending on the kind of service you're offering. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. It can drive away customers or even attract customers, but there are principles behind the pricing model you have on Fiverr, and this is exactly what I want to share with you in this video. So without further shalaye, make sure you watch to the end of this video though to get all the juicy details. Let's throw the intro. Before you set your prices on Fiverr, you should be able to put into consideration these 4 things I will mention and explain. Number 1, you should ask yourself, this gig I'm about setting the price, how much do I charge for this gig offline? If I'm to offer this kind of gig offline, how much would I charge? For example, if you're a sales copywriter and you charge $500 for 500 words sales copy offline, that should guide you on how much you should also charge for that same particular gig on Fiverr. I mean, it doesn't make sense if you charge a particular price offline for this remote gig, okay, gigs that you can offer in your home aside logistics, okay? So it doesn't make sense if you go lower on Fiverr, like it doesn't just make sense. So how much you charge offline should also guide you when you are setting up your prices on Fiverr. So number 2, you should be able to ask yourself, how much do you want to make per hour from this particular gig, or how much do you charge per hour to get this done, and how much would you like to earn per hour from this particular gig? I know if you're Nigerian, this might sound a little foreign to you, but those from US top tier 1 countries like US, Canada, and UK, where they charge per hour and they get paid per hour, this to also guide you on your pricing. So let's take for example, you are a writer, okay? Let's take for example, you're a website designer. So a website designer, and you know that a basic website that contains 5 pages, basically the home page, contact us page, about us page, services page, and that's all. That's 5 pages. To design a 5-page website, it will take you like 5 hours, right? If you are using Elementor and you are building from a template with the content ready, so 5 hours, and you want to earn $12 per hour or $50 per hour. It depends on what you want to earn per hour, depending on your expertise and your experience. Okay, so this should guide you on how long and the hours involved. For you to get that particular service done. So this should be a guide for you if you are setting up your services or the prices on your when you are setting up the prices on your Fiverr gig. Then number 3, you should be able to ask yourself before setting up your pricing, how much is your competitors pricing their services on Fiverr? Your competitors, I mean people that offer the same service on Fiverr that are in the same level and got the same level of experience and expertise just like you on Fiverr. So let me give you a typical example. If you do website design, yes, website design. I don't know why I keep mentioning website design, but if you do website design and you are a level 1 seller, okay, then you have your competitors also in level 1 that are making sales, and you are wondering, what price? Like, should I start my basic at 50? Should I start my basic at 60? You are kind of confused. I mean, the best way to clear your doubt is to look at what people in your same level that offer the same service, your competitors, what they are doing, like where they are starting their prices. I think this will give you a pointer where you should start. I mean, Fiverr is designed in a way that when buyers come, they can be able to filter their search through pricing. So if a buyer is looking for a level 1 seller, and based on their pricing, I mean, if you're level 1 and you're fully level 1, your competitors are charging $100 for their basic, and you as a level 1, you're charging $500 as their basic. I mean, you are going to lose a lot of sales. I mean, this comes into consideration, like it plays a huge role. Okay, so make sure you consider and check out what your competitors are charging on Fiverr, and let that be a guide for you. The last but not the least, the social proof, your level, your skill, your bargaining power. What do you have that others don't have that will give you an edge over others to start pricing your services at a higher price or setting it at a particular price? Okay, so what I mean by this is, we know a lot of level 1s on Fiverr are kind of inexperienced. Not all, okay, on Fiverr. Some of them are inexperienced, and there are freelancers that are starting out that want to build a portfolio, right? They haven't had that client base. But you have worked offline for Bloomberg, you have written offline for Facebook, you have worked with Tesla, you have worked as a UI designer, you have worked with big companies. So your pedigree is high. The only difference is you just signed up on Fiverr as a new seller. Okay, so but you have the expertise, you have the client base, you have the work to show for it. So I think that should be able to guide you, okay, to set your prices right. It's optional, but if you have social proof, if you have the client base, you know the kind of services you offer, I mean, it's wise that you start, at a higher price, less than what people in that niche is offering, because you know what you have and the level which you are at. Okay, if that makes sense. So these four things I mentioned. Number one, how much will you charge for that service on offline? So that should guide you. Number two, how much do you want to make per hour for that particular service you are charging? That should also guide your pricing. Number three, how much does your competitors on the same level you are that offer the same service as you do on Fiverr, how much do they charge for that similar service? Then final one is your social proof, your level, like your customer base, and what gives you the morale to start your pricing right, like start charging as a higher price. So all of these are all things that you should consider before you start setting your prices on Fiverr. So I think I've done justice to this particular video. If you have any question concerning things I've explained, if you have further questions relating to Fiverr, I would like to hear it in the comment section. So this is Tony signing out for now, and I wish you guys all the best. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.